Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball and Carlos Baseball, and this is Will Power. We're have a great show too. We're going to talk about the Roberto Clemente. Brady almost threw a no hitter, and then the Houston Astros. Man, are they under 500 or are they even going
Yeah,
to the playoffs?
I think their record is like 482 or something.
Oh
For
man. So what do you think? You think they're gonna get it back together? Because there's only 3 weeks left in the season. You think they're gonna get it back together and try to be like? I mean, I don't know. It's just a short season, and they have so many injuries, and it's
exactly.
yeah, it's difficult for a team to even get out of, like, when you have a lot of injuries, for a team to get out of it, it's kind of hard and try to get that momentum going. And this short season kind of already started off with the COVID-19 and all these things, and then you have injuries on top of it, and then you have all the MLB teams hating on you, throwing stuff at you, like talking crap about you. So all these things are draining for this team right now. So do you think that this team is gonna go? They're gonna be over 500?
Um, Over 500. That's a definite possibility. There's a stat that I'll share with in a minute, but the Astros right now, it's really hard to be a winning team when, for one, you lose your ace who hasn't pitched the whole season,
Yeah,
and then in the middle of the season you lose your closer
yeah,
who is a top five closer. Roberto Osuna, amazing numbers for the
yep,
last few years.
yeah,
And ever since that the Astros acquired him, he's been, on top. He's been up there with guys like Kenley Jensen and Aroldis Chapman. And he was one of the reasons why they won the World Series in 2017. And losing Justin Verlander,
it's
it's a lot
huge.
of pressure on a guy like Greinke. Greinke
Yeah,
was the ace of the Diamondbacks, but the Diamondbacks were no comparison to the Astros.
nope.
Were no comparison to any team that's on top right now. And he's definitely like a cool-headed guy. He can handle something like that, but he needs backup. And when the whole team is struggling offensively, and struggling defensively. If you've seen the plays that Altuve usually makes every single year, this year he's just been off. It's
Yeah,
got to be a mental thing for him. His slides are bad. His dives are bad. His throws are bad. He's definitely in his head. Could be a little guilt trip. Could be a lot of things. He's not used to the heckling, not used to not having a crowd in the stands. I don't know what it is with that guy, but he's definitely better than this.
oh yeah, he
Uh,
definitely better than this. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've got him in fantasy baseball a few times, and he's always put up numbers. And
Yeah,
this year's
he's
just like
usually
he's
the
not even
first second
there.
baseman to go off the board.
Yeah,
So you already know that he can hit. Even before the cheating scandal, uh, when you think about a second baseman, a top second baseman, he's one of the first ones that come to mind. You
hmm,
know,
yeah,
um, uh,
yeah,
really, other than him and maybe Cano a few years ago, there hasn't really been like a really star second baseman.
I agree.
Usually second base is like the weaker hitter or the
The
weaker
other way
defender.
hitter, yeah, the hitter that goes either to right field if he's a right-hander or a lefty going to left field, always trying to move the runner over. That's
Right,
what you
right.
think about a second baseman, and this guy's not like that at all. This guy
Oh,
can
he's
actually
a leadoff
rake.
hitter. He
Yeah,
he can hit the ball out of the stadium, or he can pretty much place the ball usually wherever he wants it to go, and he's fast.
yeah,
He's super fast, so he can even lay down a bunt and get a bunt single out of it, or steal a base, which his stolen bases this year are lacking. Also,
hmm,
there's something up with this guy, but I mean that's just one of the things that the Astros are struggling with this season. But Correa started off hot. He's cooled off a lot since then. Bregman has had an injury. I think he's back now.
he's back.
But yeah, the Astros have a lot of injuries this season, and most of them are pitchers. And anyone that knows baseball knows in the playoffs, you need good pitching.
Yeah,
You can't go in there and just rely on your offense.
yeah,
And the Yankees have done it, a couple seasons where they do rely on their offense. But when you're scoring 15 runs a game, then your defense doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
with the Astros, their niche has always kind of been their defense. Bregman, he's a Gold Glover. Altuve's a Gold Glover. Correa, amazing defense.
Yeah,
Springer has shown what he can do in the outfield.
yeah,
Michael Brantley, them getting him from Cleveland.
yeah.
That they really do have a lot of good defense, but
They have
without
a good
the
talented
pitching,
team. Yeah, they have a good talented team.
an amazingly talented team.
Yeah,
And I hate them, but I love to watch them play
yeah,
because of their talent.
yeah,
Um, baseball fan first, before I'm a Dodger fan. So I
yeah,
love to watch amazing plays, and I love to watch guys that can actually hit the ball.
yeah.
And Houston used to be that team. Actually, one of the stats that I actually wanted to share with you that I found earlier.
Sure. What's up? So,
So
before you can continue with the stats, like the Astros are 6.5 games behind Oakland. So they're kind of not secured on the second spot because the Mariners are 3 games behind them. But for sure, they're I think they're going to be they're going to be over 500. And if they're not, they're still making playoffs, right? They're still making playoffs on the second place spot. So, I mean, yeah, I think they should be okay going into the playoffs. But like you just said, the pitching has a lot to do with it, and their pitching is what's hurting right now. So, yeah,
yeah, you can't have Greinke pitch all 3 games in the 3-game series.
no, no,
But so the stat that I pulled up earlier is two things. For one, um, they're at a 489 winning percentage right now, which under 500 it's not good for any team.
yeah,
So they in the last 10 games they have a 2-8 record, and
wow,
for the season at home they're 16-6. On the road they're 6-17.
that's where they're struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Just because of their history with the cheating scandal 2017 2018, why are they doing so good at home and why are they doing so bad away?
Look, I got a theory with why they're not playing so good away from home. Today they're starting the series against the Dodgers, and fans here in Los Angeles are just out there hating on them. There's a video on our Instagram we posted. There's a plane passing through the stadium. Go ahead and check that out for sure. Like it's just that's just one of the things that's happening, right? And this is in LA. This is a team that they got, that team that they cheated against. The Astros cheated against the Dodgers. So you're seeing all these things. The fans are out there with signs, trash cans and stuff like that, flipping them off, and as the bus is coming into the stadium. So all these things happening around here in LA, they're getting seen because this is, like I said again, this is a team that lost the World Series to the cheaters, to the Astros. Now, when they go to other cities, do you think this is happening? Do you think that this team is actually getting booed at outside the stadium because there's no fans right now, of course, but that has a lot to do with it, man. That plays with your ego. That plays with, like, man, these fans are, I'm just tired of it. It's just messing my game up already. But these players have to, like, I don't know. They're professionals, man. They're professionals. And if it's eating them up that bad, it's because they did do something wrong. They did do something where no one likes because they cheated. And yeah, that record that you said away from home, yeah, we're not seeing the stuff that we're like. I've told you the videos I've been seeing of people booing the bus as it's going into the stadium. It's brutal, man. It's brutal. And you as a player, you see that. I'm pretty sure that has a big effect on all these players. They're probably tired of it, man. This season's already kind of weird. That's to only because the season's like 2 months or 3 months, whatever it is, 60 games. It's already weird. And then on top of it, you have all the MLB hating on you. And then on top of that, you still have to play the team that you cheated against, because that wasn't going to happen if it was a regular season. The Dodgers weren't going to face the Astros. So now you have to go through all this, and now you're going to play the playoffs, going into the playoffs with no pitching because of your injuries. So yeah, man, Astros are I don't know. It sucks for them. It sucks for them. Like I feel the team, and they should have not done it. They should have not done it. I think they should have not done it. But yeah, the record to me, the away record is just that. I think is that. And I don't want to go on a rant on them because we can talk about the Astros all day long, man. But I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
yeah,
I've done that a couple times already. So
yeah, yeah. Another news for our show. It was Roberto Clemente Day, and we had a lot of players using the number 21 in remembrance of Roberto Clemente. So Roberto Clemente Day was on Thursday, I believe, and there was a lot of players actually representing that. The players had the number on their sleeve, and he did a lot of good to the community. For those of you that didn't know, Roberto Clemente died going to actually help uh, Nicaragua for he was I guess he died in an airplane crash, and on the way over there to give aid. So he was a good man, and they created an award for him to represent the good deeds. So yeah, I mean, Roberto Clemente was a good guy. He was a good player too. He was good on the field and off the field. So I mean, what do you think about the awards that they gave this year?
you, this year, it's really hard to say because a lot of teams and media are just focusing on the games right now. You don't really see what's going on outside of baseball, especially with COVID-19. I mean, you
Yeah,
don't want these guys going to visit kids in the hospital. You don't want these guys going to random places kind of all over either the country or out of the country, just because they could take the sickness with them or they could bring it back with them. And this year it's a little hard to do that. There are a couple guys, like you mentioned, the Mookie Betts thing where, he put on the event in
in
Compton
Compton.
for the
Yeah,
kids, and that's one of the things that
hands
the
out.
Roberto Clemente Award is all about.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of these guys, they want to go out and they want to help their communities and reach out to fans and just people in general that are in the community, and this is a great way to show appreciation for that.
yeah.
So Roberto Clemente, he played I think it was like 19 seasons for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
He did.
All 19 seasons were with the Pirates, and you don't really see that anymore. You saw that with Tony Gwynn, you saw that with Roberto Clemente, and now you're probably going to see that with Mike Trout. But
Yeah,
other than those three players, Yadier Molina also. But other than those players, it's very rare that you actually see a guy stay with a team for that long, and that really shows his loyalty.
yeah,
Whether it's a winning team or a losing team, he just wants to play baseball and he wants to be around the people that he cares about,
yeah,
and that really shows in his personal life and his professional life.
yeah,
And
yeah.
honestly, every player should strive to be like Roberto Clemente,
To
just
get back.
showing that you
Maybe.
actually care for more than just yourself, more than just your
Exactly.
contract.
Exactly.
You want to show that you care about your community.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something to look up for. I mean, a lot of players look up to him, and that's good. That's really good. I've said it before. I like a player that likes to be the guy on the field, the best, and then off the field as well, because that shows a lot on a person. And I completely agree with that award.